Is DiAnna's frozen? Now
Oh,
she's not.
okay. I believe we are live. Good evening, everybody. And guess what? It's October.
Yay!
Already?
The best month.
October. Oh my gosh. Welcome to October, guys. So guess what?
Hello,
Just
hello.
The first day is the first Wednesday. So here we all are this evening.
See.
We have a new face with us. We'll have her talk a little bit. Hi, Gina. Say hi, Gina.
See, we are.
Hi, everybody.
Newest member of the What the Hales team. So we got, let's see, we got,
May have to go.
We have 40 people with us right now. What a hell's of a day, I guess you could say. I think most of you are aware that George is an auctioneer school.
Yes.
And Conky is an auctioneer school. And today was the presentation of the online side of business. So Jeremy was there. Rob with Second Sense, Roy with Avery's All In was there. I mean, I was there. I was there just to see the presentation, just to hear what had to be said. And it was a very worthwhile day to be there. Mm-hmm. Some of you in the chat may have been on the Whatnot that was at the school today. So that was lots of fun.
Yeah. Patience and Christian made it. Patience and Christian made it. We weren't sure that Patience was going to make it, but she is full-blown prego.
I was afraid she's gonna go in labor right there. That's how. Yeah.
Pepper was there, and she was busy taking notes on the whiteboard and erasing it, and then taking notes again. I mean, that's a good way to learn repetitiveness, right?
Right. She did very well behaved young lady, considering Jerry behaved himself too. And there go. DiAnna's having some issues, so we'll just have to play along here. But and your son Joey was there.
Yes, Joey was there. Cool. And I'm pretty sure the item that he auctioned off got the most, the highest bid.
Yeah, he did was he put that whole stone in the palm of the hand. People could see that they were going to get something of a Pataki stone. Yeah. So he did real well with that. Okay. All right. Can you hear us, DiAnna? So I'll be sure.
She's frozen.
She's frozen.
She's frozen again. Now we're on the same Wi-Fi, so it should be working.
Yep, there she is. She's trying to get in.
Hold on one sec. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna try to hook up the extension.
Okay. So I enjoyed my visit to auctioneer school today. Heard a lot of stuff. I know stuff I'm going to be talking over with Conky, because even though I'm not going to be going into the auctioning part of it per se, but I do want to know the laws, and I do want to understand online more and, directions Conky's going to want to take things. So it'll give us good conversation. That helps.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's been people that have attended the class just so that they can get familiar with the laws. Mm-hmm. And the instructor's wife happens to be someone that took the class but didn't go forward with taking the exam to become an auctioneer. Mm-hmm. She really didn't need to, but she felt the need to attend so that she could be familiar with the laws, mm-hmm. because laws are always changing.
No kidding. I know.
And so it's good to be familiar with the laws and to know where to go to look for that.
Yeah,
get in with the no-nos.
Yeah, exactly. So eventually I'm going to read that binder that y'all have got. I'm going to sit there and read it. Of course, with me, sometimes I got to read. Conky can read law like, okay, because he knows how to. Me, it's like, okay, what? I always need tutoring with anything I do. So at least I can bug Conky with that.
It's definitely. Did you learn a whole lot today coming in?
Roy's presentation was very good. A lot of food for thought there. But you and I have some questions, But and Jeremy's enthusiasm, I think that was very good too. That they could see that you're not really wasting your time doing this. If you do it right and you put the work into it, they could have what Jeremy's got going on. So, mm-hmm. It's just it was just good to hear. And then it was nice that, Rob came in and gave his perspective. And it's just, I thought this was good for everybody to kind of hear, because I think you guys have just been hearing a lot of law and application. And it's just to see people kind of, give you like, oh, here's how we're doing it. Here's how you can do it and how you can apply this. So,
yeah, there's so the one person in the class that traveled the furthest to attend, I would say would be Thomas. I mean, technically I came in too from Florida, but in reality, I'm supposed to be here in Ohio anyways. I'm not going to count myself, but there's another couple that traveled in from New York. And so hearing their business model and why there was a couple exercises where we just went around the room. Apparently our class is the largest class. Did you know that, Noreen? Even though it's a small class.
I thought I kind of got the figure of that. Like, there's a lot of people here, a lot for this. Okay. So it was kind of cool. I mean, I was off at a table somewhere because there's no room at the big table.
There's only 16 students, but that's quite a bit for the typical class. Usually it averages like 10 students. And so we have a pretty good class, lots of different backgrounds, people with different backgrounds. And so it's interesting hearing other couples and how they run their business and how they've become successful and where they are today. And so there's a couple there that got to their success without any type of YouTube or social media presence. And so as much as I love our YouTube community and I brag about our YouTube community all the time, it gives me hope that we can at least like not do YouTube as much as we do and kind of get a break from that and still continue being successful. Because releasing a video every day of the week plus doing the live, it's a lot of work.
Okay.
Hope that fixed it.
I hope
Are
so.
you on your cell or your laptop, Dee?
Laptop. I may have to go to my cell. I wanted to put the chat on my cell so I could see what people were saying, but I don't know. I'm way back here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, right now you're fine, but if you end up freezing again, I would mute the mic on your cell phone and just go live from or mute the mic on your laptop so you can see the chat and then go live from your cell phone, but go on the data.
Okay, Debbie Perry wants to
I may have to.
How many use Whatnot? Now I know you use it every day practically. We did it for a while, but I think for a lot of people, this was an introduction for a lot of the students that were there today. A lot, and it's just, there's, I think for a lot of people, they think auctions, they think, okay, I'm going to a live auction. I got the auctioneer up front. He's doing his little chant. He's selling things, whether it's storage units or whether it's a gallery auction. Didn't realize that a lot of the business now is online. And, eBay does, it's kind of, people now want that. They want that personality there in front as they're selling stuff. They want that energy. We're just going online. Okay, ping. Okay, maybe I want this. It's that personality that comes out and the actions, and people want that interaction. Sit there
and it's fun. It makes it fun too, because then you're also building a community and you get to interact with your buyers. It's like with COVID took away a lot of the live auctions, and so Whatnot has brought that back, but on a different scale where it's more virtual. But to answer Debbie's question where she asked how many use Whatnot, if you're referring to how many use Whatnot that were in my current class, out of the 16 students, only 5. If I'm doing the math right, 5. Myself, Thomas, Conky, Joe, Chris. Oh, Lisa. So 6.
Yeah.
6 of the 16 students.
And then Michelle Oswald is asking, how is Patience doing?
Michelle, she's doing great. She really is. They're actually having an auction tonight at 7 p.m. So you can head over there and catch them. Maybe watch both Boss Babes and their auctions. They're probably prepping for that now, and that's why she's not on right now.
Yeah, because they were at the school today because they were helping with the whatnot presentation and auction that was going on. So, but I'll tell you, any day now, guys, if not before the 6th, I think it's definitely the 6th that
yes, the 6th is her scheduled C-section, so hopefully she makes it. Her doctor believes she'll make it to the 6th, but any day, literally any day now.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I noticed Gina's sitting on the stage, and
I'm actually in
All
your
right.
chair, George.
Dang
Sorry.
it.
isn't
Hold
that chair
on.
comfortable?
Yes, very.
Now I
I'm
have
like
no sound.
rocking, it's comfy.
Well, I thought we would give Gina an opportunity to introduce herself, being part of the newest member of the What the Hales team. Maybe give a little background and how you ended up and how you feel. And
Oh, I'm loving it. Loving it. It's a lot of work. People don't get how much work there is. It's a ton. I think 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, we kind of wind down, but it's definitely a lot of work, but it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. Well, especially with DiAnna, we crack up each other constantly. So we're laughing. And yeah, I just loving it. And it all stemmed from Half Mil to Girl. That's where I met everybody, and everything went from there because we came more times and more times. And then this year I came a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, it all happened by like osmosis, where we met during the Half Mil Time to Girl meet and greet, and then volunteering for Christmas in the Creek.
Yep.
I think it was the first time we ever had volunteers come and help us out of the Florida base, and then more times of volunteering and having fun while volunteering, and
having fun, and then retiring permanently volunteer.
So yeah, congratulations on that. I've caught you guys a few times. Are you comfortable with the whatnot, being up front, doing all that? Or was it kind of nerve-wracking at first?
It's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm kind of comfortable because I was teaching. So since I was teaching martial arts and doing clinics and stuff like that, I was always in front of people. It was always live. That's what's a little different for me. It was never virtual. Well, except during the pandemic. Then I was teaching from my living room on Zoom. But
that's so crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
So I have to ask, are you like a black belt in your martial arts? Okay. So in other words, nobody should mess with you.
I would hope not, but yeah. I think that, what does Jeremy call me? Ninja Gina or Gina Ninja or something to that effect.
Dr. Crystal and Nurse Tracy call you Kung Fu Gina.
Kung Fu Gina.
And then Jeremy calls you Ninja Gina.
And originally I was security.
Yes.
So I've had a few nicknames so far.
So what's your discipline?
It's called Tang Sudo. It's very similar to Taekwondo.
Okay.
But it's a little different. It's a Taekwondo, Tang Sudo spun off the same art. One went more sport, one went more traditional. I went the more traditional one. So, yeah.
Somebody's laughing, I hear.
Oh,
well, congratulations. That I know it takes a lot of work to get to that level. And so basically, Jeremy has you there for security. Security guard. If you don't leave it, I'm gonna sick her on you. She may look small, but she's mighty.
Well, yeah.
Debbie Farmer says she's never afraid when she's with you.
I'm her protector. She's my driver.
All right, let's see if we can get DiAnna now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, thank Jesus. Oh my gosh. You should see this setup. It's a mess.
Now, when you're in this business, there's no such thing as neatness, okay?
Yeah, well,
Yep.
But I'm on my phone, so we should be good. And I'm plugged in because I was almost dead. So here we go.
Yes, all good.
What did I miss?
Well, basically, Gina was introducing herself and telling us a little about herself, and you guys are having fun down there. And
We are. We're having lots of fun.
The background looks amazing on the stage. Shout out to Aunt Patty.
Yeah.
Those are t-shirts that were gifted to us by our amazing community. And so Aunt Patty one day was like, how about I make you a t-shirt quilt out of all those t-shirts that are being sent? And I was like, okay.
that is cool. That is cool. She did a great job.
Yeah. So she's working on 2 more panels. Like, it looks like we'll need 2 panels on both sides, but just 2 t-shirts down, and then eventually panels for the windows, which will act like curtains, and then the whole wall will be covered in t-shirts. And in person, she embroidered lyrics to some of the songs that Jeremy sings during the Sunday during the Sunday Night Live intro.
Yeah.
All in the yellow border.
Yes. With no one around, trying to get away from the snow.
Everything
put in a 2-inch line, and everything was fine. And then Florida Man.
Still on my desk.
You got it.
The album will be out soon.
The album. The variations of this song. Keeps adding new different kind of verses now because of all the fun things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Patty Ann goes, I hear that song in my sleep. Oh, God.
She probably dreams about like quilting the t-shirt quilt too.
Oh gosh. So what's been going on with you, DiAnna?
Not much. Just trying to get things cleaned up and having panic attacks to make sure we have enough lots ready for the entire week, just in case Patience decides that Salt needs to be here early. So I've been panicking a little bit about that, trying to make sure we have extra lots, which we do now. So I'm not so stressed. So we'll have if we keep going, we'll just keep extra in the background and just do the regular, like get ready with regular lots and just move them forward. And then we'll always have a couple extra just in case something happens.
Oh, yeah. Babies have their own minds on what they're going to do.
I know. And I can't wait to meet Baby Salt, but
can't either.
Getting like 400 items ready is
it's
a lot more daunting than you think it is.
So you're very appreciative to have Gina there with you to help you out.
Absolutely. You have no idea. Absolutely.
I'm happy to be here. And DiAnna does 90%. She's like, should I just go, DiAnna, where do I go now? DiAnna, what do I do now?
No, she does a lot. She does a lot. She has been very, very, very helpful, especially with getting packaging done and making sure everything's, on time, and making sure all of the items have been weighed, and making sure, we kind of bounce off each other. She has a list of the things that she knows we need to do. So she'll say, did we do this yet? And I'll say, did we do this yet? And so between the both of us, I don't think we've missed anything yet.
I don't think so. I think we're good so far.
I did get a phone call from the driver today. He's like, hello, Miss George. The gate is locked.
Well, I called him and left him
a message.
You got to text him. He probably doesn't listen to his messages. I usually just text him.
I didn't know. I left him a message and I said, we don't need you to pick up today, but we appreciate you. We'll see you next time.
Did you say from the schoolhouse?
Yes. And I gave him the address.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Next time.
And I said, what the Hales?
Do you have enough GPCs?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have 4, I think.
Yeah, we have 4 right now. That's plenty. And we got the room, the room with the all the totes. We got that done.
That's done.
So, and I finally got the hallway cleared, which made me very excited. And so yesterday I swept and mopped the hallway, which again is a lot more of a daunting task than you think it is.
She was
That's a long hallway.
red and dripping.
It's a long hallway.
It is a very long hallway. And I was
what's
gonna.
the weather like?
It's hot.
Hot.
And I was gonna blow the floor, you blow the hallway out the door like Jeremy usually does. But for whatever reason, and I've never had this problem, but for whatever reason, I could not get the leaf blower to start. Yes, it has gas. Yes, I primed it. I mean, all of the yes things that I could think of, I just can't get it to start. So I ended up having to sweep the entire hallway instead of blowing it out, which that's what made it more difficult. The mopping wasn't so bad.
Yeah. You probably get more into the cracks and things that wouldn't blow away as easily with the blower as you would with the broom. So
yeah. But I mean, and we're trying to get the back. I can see, I would say of the 4 tables that we have back here, I can see 97% of the table.
nice.
Of all of the tables.
Yeah.
That's
So that's
great.
pretty darn good. Yeah.
It's so easy when we're trying to figure out lots to just use the tables as to spread out so that we can lot things together that need to be together.
Yeah.
And so it makes it so easy just to use up all that space. It's very tempting.
Well, you know, the big gray table, I shoved it all the way in the back corner and now we're kind of using that.
Okay.
So it was easier. So there's like jewelry on one side, there's records and albums, and there's just a lot, but it's all over there now as opposed to all of the tables. So we've been trying to get things straightened up, of course, getting the stage ready and all that as well. But it's been fun. It's given us stuff to do. It is hot outside though. It is still very, very Florida outside.
That's
Wow. Well, at least up here, it's starting to feel like, okay, early fall. We were in the 70s. We finally got some rain last week because we had not had rain for like months. I think it would be about 10 weeks.
Yeah, Jeremy said that the leaves were changing sooner because of the lack of rain. They were like, the leaves were like dying early.
Yeah, because there's been
no rain, which is unfortunate. But
and the issue I've been dealing with, or I should say more Conky's been dealing with, is because before we got the rain, the ground is so dry. Let the dog out. We left Eddie the dog out, and he could come in covered in dirt. There was one week he got abs because he would just go out, run around, do what he's doing, and come in. He's white. It don't take much. And then another week, the next week was two baths that week. So it's kind of, because Conky has to end up usually giving them to him. And I'm just glad it finally rained for like a couple days and everything's not so dusty because that was pretty rough.
Yeah, it's dusty around here.
Yeah,
it is dusty. And I don't think we have water pressure enough. I did try to pressure wash the porch, the entry porch to the schoolhouse, but I didn't have enough water pressure to make the pressure washer have enough pressure to be able to wash.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if the pressure washer itself has like a defect.
I don't know. Only thing I can think, I'm going to try to change the hose, and maybe there's a place in the hose that was not letting it pressurize or something, because that's what happened earlier in the week. We had a hose that wasn't pressurized in the back by the garden, and we finally figured that part out. But so that's the only other thing I can think. So I'm going to borrow. I can't remember who now. I'm so sorry for whoever it was, but somebody sent a big metal hose that's like super, super long. And I think it'll reach. So I'm going to try that one and see if that one will make it work. So, and that's all my plans, is trying to clean the outside. One more mow. I think we can get away with one more mow if we can hold off a little bit. The weed eater ran out of string, and I just got new string for the weed eater, so I have to do that probably tomorrow, the next day, finish up that. And I think if it will start cooling off in October. We probably don't have to mow it one more time because the grass is growing slower now, even though it's still not.
What was so funny is like for a while there, people would be out mowing their lawns. It's like, why? You're mowing dirt. You're kicking up dirt. There's no grass. It's dead. It was bad. I mean, the grass, I don't know how it's down there, but grass was brown and crunchy up here for a long time.
I don't know. We have green grass, so.
Well, that's good. I mean, it looks a little better now since we had a couple of days of some good rain. So, but yeah. So now that I don't know what's going to be like at the end of October, but usually usually up here around mid-October, the leaves are beautiful. Like I said, I don't know what's going to be because we haven't had really enough rain to. And of course, they just dried up and fell because it had no water. But yeah. So that's why it's just hard to believe it's October already. And then, of course, I'm thinking too, like, okay, there's some things I really need to do now before November hits. And we get the November rain and it's cold because, I take stuff outside so you can rearrange inside. And I'm at a point now I got to do that too. Unarranged going on. When I vowed I would be more organized, so I was hustling because, October, everybody's going to start thinking holidays now. And I wanted to make sure I had all my holiday stuff listed on eBay. And I know you guys have been doing your holiday stuff, just getting everything ready for that. And then things get pushed aside because you're busy doing that. So,
yeah, we've got one or two more lots of things that have Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
A few Halloween items, not many. And then we're going to start on Thanksgiving. And we've got all the Thanksgiving stuff out. We have to go through that and load stuff up for Thanksgiving. And then it'll be Christmas. We still got lots of Christmas.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. People up here, they've got their decorations outside. They've got the Halloween going on, and I'm sitting there and
Halloween. Okay.
I'm like, okay, are you all taking lens out because you got the 10-foot skeletons, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in your yard with 2, 3, 4 of the blow up.
Yeah, we have.
I'm like, okay, y'all.
Hold on.
I'm like, okay, I wish I had the money y'all spend on these decorations. My goodness. For what? It's Halloween. Yeah, Christmas. I get the Christmas, but Halloween's really.
Are you talking about this guy?
This kind of exactly stuff like that. Yeah.
So this is going to go up probably Friday.
And let me tell you, if you go to Home Depot now, you're spending $100 to $200 on some of that.
Yeah.
I know those 10-foot skeletons are like $500. People buy. Like,
what? Well, I don't know. This one isn't 10. Oh, well, this is 12 feet. No, this is a 12 foot.
Those 12-foot
giant top hat skeleton.
Yeah, 12-foot, solid bone skeletons. You can
I have seen those. The solid ones.
Oh my goodness,
those are crazy.
I'm like, okay, y'all nuts. I mean,
It's not my favorite holiday, so
I don't know.
People going nuts. Oh my God. It's Christmas. I get Halloween is really, I think people are just so excited that that's fall. They can decorate now because we can do, we got one guy, he's got the whole cemetery going on down here. And I know on November 1st, he'll get his turkey up and get all that down, get the turkey up, the blow up, air turkey, get that up. He'll have that down a week before Thanksgiving because he's getting all his Christmas stuff up.
What? Well, I do like to decorate for Christmas. I will say that.
And the way he decorates, it's like, okay, the people can use your little land their planes on because they're very lightly bred. I mean, literally last year it was crazy. Because he's actually entered into the community contest. Who's got the best decorated house, and the lights are so bright. I had to put something up because it was just too bright. Like, dude.
That reminds me of Christmas Vacation.
This is worse than Christmas Vacation because Christmas Vacation.
No way.
Christmas Vacation, at least it was the bulbs. It was the bulbs, the holiday outdoor light bulb.
But the neighbors couldn't see. They were blinded by all the lights.
This guy, it looked like lighted towers. I don't know how else to explain. Fluorescent towers. I mean, they're not twinkly lights. They're not the bulbs. It's like, it was like a freaking rainbow down there. Walk into the bathroom like, whoa, I can't see.
I know people have animated. They do the animated stuff outdoors, and that's pretty popular. I'd like that too. If I could figure out how to do it, I would do that too.
I applaud his spirit, but I'm telling you, I like did take it down a notch so I can see myself in the bath. You open the door, the light coming in, like, oh my gosh. Ugh. But it's that time of year, so everybody's all excited, you know.
Next thing we know, it's going to be 2026.
Ugh.
I know.
It's going fast.
Yep.
So fast.
Unbelievable. It's crazy.
I mean, we're over halfway through the 2020s. I mean, before you ask me 2030s, I'm like, really? Come on. Stop. How do I slow it down just a bit?
Remember when it was going really slow though when you were young? Remember how slow time went when you were young?
Couldn't wait
to think back to that.
Up and be an adult and have all this freedom.
Yeah, that was all a lie. They lied to us.
Someone told me once that the reason it goes faster as you get older because it's less of a percentage of your life. So like a year when you're a year old, that's 100% of your life.
I see what exactly.
And as you move up, it's less and less of your life, so it gets shorter.
And more responsibilities on you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when adulting becomes stressful and just no fun.
Adulting, you adults. I don't adult.
I don't want my grandchildren to grow up because I don't want them to have to be adults. But I know it's important that they do. But I don't want to trick them and tell them, oh, it's the greatest thing in the world. Stay young as long as you can. It's too much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some conversations with my 30-some-year-old daughter, and recently I had explained, honey, this is it. You get up, you go to work, come home, watch a little TV, go to bed, and then every once in a while, little treats come up. Like last year, she went to Germany for a week.
Oh, nice.
That's what you live for. So there's a lot of this, and then once in a blue moon, little treats happen. That's adult life. She finally sunk in. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, you're an adult.
Yeah, it's not all fun and games, but if you enjoy what you do,
mm-hmm.
It's not horrible. Mm-hmm. Because I love what I do. I don't the in the office thing. I hated that so much. I hated, I guess, the structure of doing the same thing every single day. You go to the same room in the same building and do the same thing. That's not my thing. And it's great for other people. People love it. And I'm happy that they love it because we need people like that to do those jobs that I would never do, or would not want to do. But I love being able to do different things all the time and seeing different things and experiencing different things.
Yeah, it's this fun employment is a little, because you don't, for me, it wasn't so much, I didn't mind the work. I like the work.
Yeah, work's good.
All the other stuff, it's the corporate nonsense. I call it the corporate BS and dealing with all that. Like, just let me do my job so I can go home. No, we want you to have group meetings and let's have team meetings and team exercises and let's do this. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I used to be an education director, and I had to set up classes for people constantly, team building classes and just continued education classes and things like that. And it was just the same thing all the time. The time. The best part about those days where we got Chick-fil-A for lunch brought in. That was the best part.
But it's all that. Oh God, here I had a pile of work on my desk, and I'm sitting here at a team meeting. Let's just talk, and you need to do it's just enough to do my job. Now you want me to do a presentation on something that nobody really cares to hear about. Why? So it's just nice. I can get up in the morning. I do what I got to do, and I don't have to deal with anybody. It's just me and the dog, and I'm left alone. Some days it's good, some days, yeah, but yeah.
Yes, I do have to say the benefits of being fun employed is we get to start later in the day. I tend to work better at night, like later in the night. I'm not a morning person. And so Christine just asked, you look so tired. Yes, I'm tired because I've been waking up at like 6:30 in the morning and I'm not a morning person.
Oh, no.
Just to get ready for auctioneer school and then having to drive. And so a nap sounds amazing right now. My eyes are probably red because I'm so tired. And then being able to wear comfortable clothes, like being able to wear whatever, I mean, not whatever I want, but more comfortable clothing versus business casual. Because yesterday we were required to dress up business casual for photos for auctioneer school. And and then I had the option to bring comfortable clothes to change out of, but I was like, I don't want to do all that. I don't want to bring extra clothes. So I just stayed in my business casual clothes all day. And my feet were hurting, like wearing heels.
Ouch.
Like, wow, I don't miss that.
Heels. I don't even know if I might have brought some heels down here with me. I don't know if I did or not. I might have a pair.
They were like ankle boots with heels on them.
Oh, yeah.
So they were still like.
Okay, well, I do have that here.
Well, did you show them your t-shirt, your shirt that you're wearing?
Oh, this shirt?
Yeah, permanently tired.
Permanently tired. Yeah.
I think a lot of people can relate to this t-shirt.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Jenny says her job makes her be a morning person and dress up. She hates it.
Yes, I don't miss that at all. Not at all. I don't miss it. Not one little bit.
Remember starting out, oh God. I started out in the 80s, late 80s there, where women were still supposed to wear skirts and stockings and shoes and everything. Oh, when it went business casual, I just thought that was the most wonderful thing. I could wear slacks to work every day. Now it's like, okay, I think I'll just put these shirts and this ripped t-shirt on and that'll be my day.
My first job where I had to wear like dresses. Well, I could wear dress pants, but I mean, it'd have to be like a suit. I was 17 years old and my uncle owned a polygraph business. And I worked in the summer, I worked as his secretary receptionist. So I would have to dress up like that. And back then I thought it was cool because I was playing an adult back then. But now, no, not so much.
What about you, Gina?
Well, I basically was barefoot and in a uniform for 30 years. So I didn't have shoes and suits and but uniforms get old too.
Yeah.
And especially in the summer because it's long sleeve, long pants, denim uniform. So it got a little toasty.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, aren't those like Kung Fu master ninja like uniforms constraining or no?
They're like jammies,
loose, but they're heavy.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like
what
really heavy.
they look like. They are,
They look like pajamas to me.
The kids ones, the ones we give to the students, they're like pajamas because they're what's called the lightweight. But the ones that as teachers we wore are heavyweights and they're heavy. They're very heavy and they're very hot. I would roll up my sleeves as high as I could go.
Well, Ted, thank you so much for your support, Ted. Love the Boss Babes. Yay!
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Ted.
I can't read those little words on my phone. And I'm frozen on my laptop, so it's not doing me any good.
Oh.
So I can't see anybody's chat. I can't see anything. I have no chat.
So you guys got any big plans for October? Anything special going on? Just keep plugging away, or
there's going to be a new baby in town.
We know that.
There's going to be a salt to go with the pepper.
So that'll be pretty cool.
She was you could definitely tell Patience is like, okay, it could have happened right there this afternoon. That's how she is. Yeah. I know she can't wait. Oh,
she wore a dress that like literally hugged her body and it was just all belly.
Well, I'm sure the baby's almost as big as she is
Yeah.
at this point.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
She's gone full term, right? Monday will be full term.
Monday, I think October 14th was initially her due date, but now her new date is October 6th. So they want her to have the baby early, but it's pretty much full term.
Yeah.
I don't know where else.
Way more than Pepper.
Yes. So prayers to patients and Christian that
Yes.
C-section goes well, and then soon we'll introduce you guys to baby Salt.
Yeah, I was looking at Pepper today and I was going, enjoy it, sweetheart. Just enjoy it. A few more days. You will no longer be the only child. Enjoy these little moments with your parents as best you can. She was so good. She was. And
she kept running up to Noreen and like talking to her. And she's usually stranger danger, right? She doesn't really go to anybody, but she had no problem going up to Noreen and just talking to her and then running away and coming back. And
she had her juice. I had my can, and for some reason she kept pointing to it. I would drink it, and then she'd drink her juice, then she pointed at the can.
They were both like drinking their beverages at the same time, looking at each other.
Cute.
That's adorable.
And she just loves her parents. And it's just so exciting. You know, it was really good for them to bring her around like they do, because, you know, she's comfortable with it. I mean, you know, Christian patients could focus on what they were doing, and she could entertain herself, or she felt comfortable. She would go up and talk to people, but she had her, she would screech a little bit. She was so excited, but yeah.
She just celebrated her 2nd birthday last Wednesday.
Oh God,
it's getting so big.
Yeah.
So did you get the copy of the new Blame Jeremy? Did you get it? Because I know you said okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I wanted to launch it today during auctioneer school, but Jeremy's like, nope, you're a student. You're gonna sit down and just be
I just wanted to make sure that you did get it, because I know you had mentioned something about it.
Yeah. So tomorrow you guys can launch it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to launch it tomorrow. I'm trying to.
Noreen says that Pepper's laughing away on Whatnot as we speak. I bet she is. She's a natural in front of that camera.
She loves showing items. She turns them, and
she's good at it. Yeah, she's like a born natural. She's natural at it.
We should have had her do something on Whatnot today, just to kind of give. There are some people that it's a natural for them. There was one lady, and her name's Rebecca, and she's a real estate agent, I think she said.
Yeah.
And I told her that you looked really good up there. You know, she looked comfortable. She looked personable. She's, very good. Yeah. So she did a great job. There's one gentleman there. He's 20 years old.
I thought Thomas was the youngest in the class.
No,
but Ruben is the youngest. He's only 20. He's the one. Did you guys get a chance to watch the pop-up auction? No. So did you hear Ruben?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see the battle off towards the end with Thomas?
Yeah.
That was
I actually said to Gina, I said, I hope Jeremy has 2 gold coins.
She did. She said it before Jeremy said anything.
Because he did so well. He did really well.
So good. Yeah. Yes. So Jeremy did have 2 prizes.
Yeah. I was glad.
He wasn't expecting a tie. And so Thomas had to wait till we got back to Hales headquarters, and then he gave gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ruben definitely took that auctioneer cadence down to a science.
Yeah.
I was just
a few people did. A few people did well. A few people probably are, I'm going to guess, well, I don't know. They have done auctions before, but just not under, they had somebody else's license or using somebody else's license for it or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the Amish, which there were 3 students in our class that are Amish, and they're basically born on the block, like on the auction block. Like they're
you could tell
into that. And so they naturally have that cadence. It's like a second nature to them because that's what they've done growing up. They just minus the license. And so It's still I find it fascinating still just to hear it.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're really good. They're
Yeah,
surprising.
Rubens was really good.
It's nice to see young people venturing out in different because kids are so preached to today. They're so preached to go to college, go to college, go to college,
Yeah.
go to college. And you know what? The money that's invested in going to auctioneer school, and if you are a go-getter and make most of it, I mean, who would want, if you can do something that doesn't have you tied up in student loans forever and a day,
Mm-hmm.
and your head's being full with all sorts of nonsense, and you're so, it's just nice to see young people, I'm not going that route. I'm going to get going, get out there. And it's just nice to see Ruben and Thomas just, these guys are going to be so ahead of the game,
Mm-hmm.
I told you, you're at the right age. And then when you get to my age, if you're still, you can hire people to do it. You'll be in a position to do that. And you won't have to deal with all the school loan stuff, all this nonsense. Oh,
Yeah, I
think it has its place. College has its place.
yes.
There are professions that need
exactly
higher education.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
But there are many that do not need higher education.
No.
They need experience.
Yes.
And they want higher education for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a doctor, a lawyer, those kinds of things, accountants and things like that, of course they need higher education. But these days, you have office workers that are required to have bachelor's degrees for what?
Mm-hmm.
I know. I like the job. I do not have a college degree. I have trade school. The last job I had, I got hired in there. And over the course of the 7 years I was there, HR did their thing and they updated their requirements and the job descriptions and everything. Then they required anybody to have that was going to take my job, any person in the future, have a BA. A bachelor's degree to do this. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
You really need to know more computer and how to work programs and working
That's technical school though.
Technical stuff. You know how to run Word and
Yeah, there's
the Excel for sure. Excel spreadsheets. I mean, if you could get yourself into the Excel spreadsheets.
That's what I used to teach people.
Yeah. But a bachelor's degree to do this.
I didn't have a bachelor's degree in Excel.
So,
I think they should push trade schools way more than they do.
yes.
yeah,
Yes,
way more
absolutely.
than they do. And
Yeah.
I also think that senior year should be less academic and give kids opportunities to do like
Real life.
internships.
Yes.
To find out what they really want to do.
Yeah.
Because they come out of
The
school
last year should-
not knowing.
Real life should be the last year. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. More real life experiences, because a career may sound amazing on paper and the salary may sound incredible until you actually do the grunt work of the job. You don't know whether you like it or not. And so I'm not pushing my son to go to college. I know I took like a 5-year break trying to decide what I didn't want to do. And so working jobs so that I knew not to go back to school to waste my time on certain classes. But don't get me wrong, going back to school and getting my degree in business has helped launch my career, and it's helped me achieve like financial goals. But there's so many other ways where you can be successful without a college degree. And so, yes, I agree. Trade school should definitely be, it's more hands-on, should be like, and I'm not pushing my son to do trade school. I mean, he was going to go that route, and then he decided that he wasn't going to. And so I invited him to come to auctioneer school today so that he can get a taste of what it's like to have the live auctions. And the item that he sold for the highest. And so like his adrenaline was going, and he's like, that was so much fun.
And he did well. Like
He did really well.
Shy at all. He did really well.
Yeah. So he's used to having an internet audience because he plays, like he goes online and he plays with his friends, and like he doesn't have a problem talking to the camera. It's just getting him to the point where he can at least have so many items per week and then try and push for a whatnot auction once a week.
That would be good.
Yeah, I know he has like multiple years of eBay, and I think he's ready to transition to whatnot now. So I've talked to him about him doing that, and I think he's okay with doing it by himself in the future, and then we could raid him like during.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And he can tap into. There's so much experience between you and Jeremy. There's DiAnna and Gina, and all of us around. There's a lot of experience he can tap in. I mean, he heard it today. You had Jeremy, you had Roy from Avery's All In, you had Rob with Second Sense, and then you had the school instructor Mark, up there, and everybody's asking questions, and even they said, hey, tap into this if you got questions, because it's a very good business if you're willing to hustle and do it.
Oh, Julie, happy birthday. She's watching us on her birthday.
Oh,
well, happy birthday.
That's cool. It is October.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Julie. Happy birthday to you. You gotta have a little fun. You gotta have fun with this. She's missing her hat, though. She's got her gift, but she's missing her hat.
Aw.
One of these days, I'm going to do some of these trolls. I don't know. I got right scripts, and I don't know.
Oh, no.
I know Lee and I thought about, Conky and I thought about maybe doing some little fun stuff with these guys. But, I think right now for him, he's got to get through this auctioneer school. He's got to get the foundation for the building done. And then you might see us, buying more stuff too, because we have no place to put anything.
Yeah. So, once you have that building up and ready to go, it's going to be a huge game changer for you. So
and it's going to get filled up quick.
Real quick.
And I'm going to have to hire somebody. Yeah. I'm going to have to get somebody to work with me too. One person. That was the issue with my whatnot. It's like, okay, now it's time to ship, and it's all me. Trying to get everything done. All me.
Yeah, it's a lot when you're by yourself. It's a lot.
I don't know how DiAnna did it. I
wasn't by myself the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, George has been here for a long time, but when I first started and we were doing eBay, I was by myself. And it's just, you don't feel like you're getting anywhere with eBay because it's so slow going. Mm-hmm. It's just so slow going. And my brain works way too fast for all of that. So the auction stuff and seeing stuff move and packaging and doing everything's always in a flow, in a movement. Mm-hmm. That is probably the best part.
Yes.
Well, what was so interesting is one student in the class, I mean, he's there. He paid to do the class, so he's going to do the class, but he's not going to go for his license. And everybody's telling him, huh? Go for have the license. Get the license because, rules do change.
Yes. He straight up said, after attending auctioneer school, I have decided that I want nothing to do with auctioneering. I'm going back and getting a 9-to-5 job.
And do this on the side.
What?
Oh my God. Yeah. The whole class was just laughing. Like, is this dude for real?
And I looked at it, I said, dude, protect yourself. Get the license. Know what you're doing. Things can change, or, rules
you got to take the class again.
Yeah. Well, we all gave him, a lot of people gave him input, including myself. And I said, the laws have changed. And so therefore you need a license, especially if you're going to go the auction route. Now, if you're going to use platforms like eBay and whatnot, but you're only going to list items like at a buy it now price, then you don't need your auctioneer's license. But if you're going to go the auction route, whether it's eBay or whatnot, you don't need to bid call. It's still an auction. You need your license. And so even if you're doing it on a part-time basis, you need a license because that's the law now in Ohio. And I said, that's like driving a vehicle without a driver's license, hoping that you won't get caught if you continue doing it the way you're doing it. So hopefully that turned the light on in his head, because he said he is going to reevaluate that decision.
You spent the money. to come to the school. You've been here almost 2 weeks, and I know some days were pretty dry.
Yes.
You've gone through this. Just take the test, set yourself up, get your license, and then you got that it's there. So
it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah. And that's what I think that's what someone else explained to him too, because the laws can change at any minute again. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to think about it.
Right. Because the whole reason why he went there, because maybe a few months back, you could only sell like $10,000 on a platform. Okay, $10,000 you were done, and then they recently changed it. Well, it can be whatever, but you got to.
Yeah, there's other criteria that you have to meet now.
Yeah, and then other people were encouraging him to just do it and take the exam now while it's fresh versus waiting a few months or a year down the road, because the class itself, you could take the class and have that certificate, and there's no expiration date on the certificate. And the nice thing with our particular school is you can come back and retake the exam or the entire class at no charge. Like, that's how awesome our instructor is.
Nice.
And then they offer in the state of Ohio, they offer the exam once a month. Some states do it every quarter or even twice a year. And so I think I'm probably gonna have to, because I'm gonna have to fly back to take the exam. I may have to do it when my doctor, because my lab work came back abnormal, and so she adjusted my meds. I have to take more lab work and then see her within a week from the time that I take the lab. So I may take the exam then, like when I come back. That way, I only have to fly back to Ohio once.
Okay. Well. Is there a way that you can, I mean, I know there's reciprocity. There's no way to take the exam here?
No, it would have to be
you have to do it there first. Yeah.
So none of us are going to make the deadline for November. And so the soonest anyone in the current class now could take the exam would be December.
Oh, okay.
And so I could either take it in December, but I'm thinking it's probably going to happen more in January, because the soonest I could see her is like end of December, and I don't want to have to keep flying back twice unless I come out here in December and just stay for like 2 weeks.
And plus you have to have other things in place prior to taking the exam as well.
Yes. Yeah. And I can start doing, the timing. There's a window you have to follow to a T. So.
Well, I wish you all the best on your test. I wish everybody in the class on the test. Of course, I wish Conky, please. That opened up some avenues for us. And
yeah. Did you know that Conky scored the highest when we took a pop quiz?
Oh, he did
in the class? Yeah. He didn't get 100%, but he scored the highest out of the class.
Yeah. Well, I know the law stuff. He can swim through that stuff because that's always been a fascinating thing for him. He likes it. He's got that's his. He should have been a lawyer. I'll be perfectly honest. He should have been a lawyer. If his father hadn't been so down on them, he may have been. But I knew he would like to listen to all that stuff. He can swim through that. A lot of us were like, it was like, what? Yeah, from because he's read the language enough. You get a feel for it. I'm glad to hear that, because I tell him I'm proud of you, Conky. I mean, you know how to, he's the day job. He's taken something, he's made something out of it. So I applaud him for that. And I know he wants to move on to other things. That the day job is a physical laboring job, crying on your hands and knees, and we're me and Conky, we're looking at 60 here, soon. So I get it. Well, ladies, we have been on for an hour, and we thank all. Let's see for those numbers. Oh, where is 240? Thank you so much for joining in. It was nice to get to meet you, Gina. Look forward to seeing you more often.
Nice to meet you too, and it was exciting. It was fun. Thank you.
Keep keep George and the rest of the class in their purse. They get to the next next 2 days, and they can call it done.
2 more days.
You know, it's kind of weird, because Conky, his schedule, he can be home by 2:00 in the afternoon, or it could go as late as 4. But knowing that he's gone every day till 6:15, that's been kind of odd for me. So I'm looking forward to having more seeing him more. And everybody take care. Keep Patience and Christian in your prayers. As Patience, Patience particularly, she'll be going through the most of it, but growing the family, I'm really excited for them. And everybody else, you guys have a great October. Watch out for the trick-or-treaters. Stay safe. Get ready.
Yes.
It's all coming. They're coming. They're going to want their candy. So y'all take care, and we will see you. Let's see. Okay. I should look at the calendar. I
didn't look at mine, and my phone is right there.
Right now. I'll look right now.
The 5th of November, if I'm not.
November 5th. Okay.
November 5th, we'll be back here. We'll see how the ending of school went, and we'll see how everybody's doing, getting ready for the holidays. And you all take care. God bless.
Right.
Thank you, ladies. We will
Bye,
talk
y'all.
later. Bye.
We'll see you. Bye, everybody. We love you.
Have a good
Mwah.
day.
Bye.
And if you're watching out there, Pepper. Bye, everybody.
Bye.